We will. Hello, check 1 2. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you pretty clear, yeah.
Okay. I wonder if it's just recording mine. It shows that there's a recording sign on yours. I mean, on my icon, but not yours. But hopefully, it's recording the whole session right here.
I'm pretty sure it records the whole session, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to extract the video once it's done, but I mean,
yeah, I saw where it
it's
was
recording
recording too. Okay, so, all right, so my name is Tony Cruz, and I'm here with
Kaleb Basham.
Okay, all right, Caleb, where are you from?
I am from Wichita, Kansas.
Okay, and that is where I met you, right? That's where.
Yeah.
That's right. We were skating, and it wasn't a DIY park, right? It was the city park.
Yeah, it was the city of Wichita State Park. We have one DIY here, and I think they're actually going to make an extension to that city state park into a DIY where that flat space was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was good meeting you. I mean,
yeah.
Who knew? Just sparking up random conversation would have led us here.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I like the concept of DIY, and that skate park that we met at, that was a really cool skate park. One, it's under the expressway, and which is always a cool spot. It kind of gets loud sometimes, but it's like during the hot times, you're not like baking in the sun. When it's like, I don't know if it snows in Kansas, but if it ever does rain, it's kind of like it's covered, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so you're from Wichita, Kansas. All right, so what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I'm a systems analyst actually at Wichita State University at a university here. So I kind of take the business people and I take the IT people and I make them work together in the most efficient way, and in a way that they can facilitate work in a healthy way for each other. So kind of bringing two parties together and making it work.
Heck yeah. How long have you been doing that for?
Well, so I actually went to school for a lot of that, and I guess it was about my fifth year in that field. So I like it. And it's, aside from skateboarding, it's definitely a fulfilling career choice.
Yeah. And like I like to ask what skateboarders do. A lot of skateboarders, it's interesting the background and the lives that they live. There's a lot of people that do construction, a lot of people that just do regular jobs, but they're killing it in the skate game. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool. That's the first time I've ever heard system analyst. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Heck yeah. Okay, so what is your favorite type of food or favorite kind of food?
Well, that's really hard, man.
If you have to choose one, always a go-to.
Always a go-to. Gosh, fried chicken and rice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fried chicken and rice is probably one of them. I've always said that it's real hard being a skateboarder that likes food. I've always been heavier set, whether it's like a medical condition or just my eating habits. But I kind of have a triad of interests. I call it a triad of interests where, skateboarding was the first one, music and drumming was the second one, and then later in life I found a big appreciation for food. So kind of those three things, my interests kind of always revolve around.
Yeah.
So favorite food probably fried chicken and rice.
You can't ever go wrong with that. So where I'm from, we make this sauce called finadeni, and fried chicken with rice and finadeni. Oh man, it's really good. It's a really good combination.
Finadeni is that soy sauce and lemon juice and chilies, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Something like that, and onions.
Yep,
maybe
with onions. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's made for like dipping, like it's a dipping sauce.
Oh, like a condiment. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm half Filipino, and we dip everything in vinegar or fish sauce.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, so favorite food. Okay, what's the last movie you've seen? The movie theaters. The movie theaters just start to open up. Yeah.
Well, at the movie theaters, gosh, I think it was the latest Purge.
Was that like the pre-pandemic or what? I don't know what. When was that?
It wasn't pre-pandemic. That was post-pandemic. Well, I guess that was pretty recent. I think that was summer. Yeah.
Okay.
We're reaching into fall now, so.
How do you like it?
It was entertaining. I wouldn't watch it again. You know, like it's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some movies I can watch. You know, like. Well, my wife and I were just watching Major Payne yesterday, and I forgot.
I love Major Payne.
You know. So I don't know, but you know, movies are. Everybody loves movies. Who doesn't?
Yeah. I've watched Major Payne over 15 times, maybe over 20 times. Like it's one of my all-time favorites.
Really? Oh, man,
yeah. Yep. I love Major Payne. It's just so much good humor in it, you know?
There is a lot of good humor. I mean, you can tell he overdoes even the cadet accent.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the demeanor and the voice overdoes it on purpose. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay, so when you're not skating, what do you enjoy doing? You mentioned playing the guitar, or
drums.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I have my drum set right here. I don't.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, drums. I've been drumming since 2005.
Okay.
And I started skateboarding in 2000.
Okay.
Yeah. So drums have always been there. I mean, I was in bands growing up.
Oh yeah, like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I was in choir for my senior year, so
I've always wanted to get better at singing.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yep. Okay, so what kind of music do you play on your drums, or what do you prefer?
Well, anything funky, not necessarily funk, but anything centered in the pocket. That's kind of my comfort zone. I mean, I like to branch out of my comfort zone and play like jazz and stuff. And
I've
actually been diving a lot into reggae lately.
Yeah.
And I mean, lately I've been drumming to Lickle Jordy from Hawaii.
Okay.
He's an up-and-coming artist in Hawaii.
Yeah, I got what is his name again?
Lickle. It's Likkle. And Jordy is like Jordan, but Jord as in dog, EE. Lickle Jordy. Yeah, his stuff's real good to vibe to and skate to.
Yeah.
Drum to.
I'm always like that. I think that was one of that. Okay, so that's one of the questions that's coming up. But so you've been vibing to Lickle Jordy lately?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It goes hard.
Yeah. Okay. And what is it like? It's reggae, like island music, reggae type.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell he has a deep appreciation for reggae and its roots and its traditions.
Okay.
So he kind of like sprinkles that throughout his songs, but he does it in a very modern way. That's more appealing to younger audiences.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he has a very good voice too. I mean, he does a very good, I don't know if we call it vibrato.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real smooth. Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, I'll look them up. Maybe I should like share a screen or something. Well, we'll share screens later. Okay, so kind of answered that. Okay, how about this? Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Dog person.
I am too. I'm a dog person. I'm like,
why do you think you're
allergic to cats?
Oh, I'm allergic to cats too.
Yeah, I like it. Like I'm more allergic to cats, but dogs I'm mildly allergic to. And you guys need to behave. I'm on a video call right now. Okay? You want to say hi? Oh my goodness, you don't even have a shirt on. You want to say hi? Oh, she's getting scared. And you got chocolate all over your nose. You want to say hi? Come say hi, chocolate nose. Come. You have to stand. You have to stand right here. Say hi.
Hi. I've seen you before. I've seen you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Did you like going to see Tony Hawk?
Did you like going to see Tony Hawk? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay, you guys go inside the room. I'm talking. Go. And I don't want you guys to be making too much noise. Jeez, these kids.
It's okay.
Yeah, kids, man. They're so loud. I had to put them in the other room and say, hey, you guys don't make too much noise. But,
it's okay.
And that only lasted a little bit, you know? So
no, I mean it's totally fine. And honestly, a lot of those things is better if you just go with it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And I know
they're good kids though, you know. They do what kids do. So
yeah.
But where were we? Oh, so I'm mildly allergic to dogs, more allergic to cats. I like dogs because they're just, you know, they're more pleasing. Like they want to please you. I do have a dog. I have a black Labrador, and his name's Barack. So like I miss him. Like he's so smart. I trained him to fetch and retrieve. He's a Labrador retriever. And his bloodline, well, his parents, they're retrievers too. They've actually gone hunting. And so guys, get in your room now. Go. I have to talk to them like that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep. So I taught him how to retrieve, and then I've actually taken him hunting, and he's done really good. He likes it. The only thing is he lives in Texas, you know, and went hunting in Texas. So, and it gets really hot over there. So he would be dying. He loves the water just because of that, because it's so hot. Yeah. But yeah, he's a really good dog. Do you have any dogs?
No, we don't. I grew up with a Shih Tzu.
Okay.
And I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say we're pet people, but if I were to choose, it'd be a dog for sure. And I mean, if you believe in the Chinese zodiac, both my wife and I are dogs.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and my joke with my wife is that I act like a dog. You know, sometimes I pet for attention, trying to beg for attention, but I don't know. I think dogs are more interesting, and they want to interact with you more than a cat would. And some cats act like dogs, and some cats actually want to interact with you, but more common than not, it's a dog that does that. So yeah, I like dogs. It would be probably an English bulldog.
They're pretty those can be pretty feisty, you know, like they're a bulldog, you know. I had a friend that she just got rid of hers. He was pretty high maintenance, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have much knowledge in it.
kind of, you know, like the folds, like at a certain age, it doesn't matter what your like what shampoo she was using or what she was feeding her dog. Like I guess like the smell or the bowls would like accumulate like some. We'll try to get through it. Okay, so dog person in Utah. There's a lot of dog people here. You know, they love their dogs. A lot of people here, they're like single, or they don't really have big families. Well, actually, even the big families have dogs. People in Utah, they love their dogs here. So,
yeah, definitely an outdoorsy place. You have a lot of places to take your dog. I mean, it definitely demands that kind of lifestyle for sure.
Yeah,
just the outdoors life, you know.
Yep. Okay, so we touched up on music, and you were listening to reggae. So what's your favorite music? What's your go-to type of music?
Good. That's really hard to say. I don't know. I know that sounds really cliche to say I don't have a favorite, but I have a pretty balanced list of genres that I listen to, ranging from kind of rock based to hip hop to electronic. I mean, even country.
Yeah. Yep. I'm the same way.
I mean, you know what I mean? And then my drumming is kind of the same way. There's certain genres that I'm better at. There's certain genres that I prefer more than others to play. But as far as listening goes, it depends on the season. It depends on the vibe. Depends on the content of maybe the lyrics, maybe the instrumental content. I mean, there's so many factors, but that's one good thing about music. And you know, honestly, that's kind of what I find between music, food, and skateboarding is you can kind of travel the world through those mediums. You can travel the world through music, travel the world with a skateboard. You can travel
I agree.
With food, even if you're not necessarily there.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's kind of the constant: is travel and human connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think that's why I hold those two things so close to my heart. I mean, skateboarding came first, but I mean, I'll do that as long as I can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I agree. So not really like a certain or particular music that you're into right now, but you are doing the whole reggae thing. You're playing that. You're listening to that. That's good. I'm kind of on the same boat too. Like I like everything. I like reggae, reggaeton. I like Spanish music, country. Just going from Guam to Texas and then up to Utah and meeting just a lot of people, and then from Utah to like traveling throughout the United States and meeting people and learning like new music. I've stumbled upon, or I discovered, synthwave through a buddy of mine, and it was one of the guys that I've interviewed, Robert. Remember him, Robert Savaggio? He was into Alan Watt chill step, you know, and chill step's kind of on the line of synthwave, and I just like how retro synthwave is. I was born in the late 80s, grew up in the 90s, so I'm like at the tail end of like when that synthwave was in, you know what I mean? But they still make that kind of music nowadays, so it's like I'm happy for that.
Right. I mean, the technology has enabled the creativity to skyrocket. So why not revisit that genre and see what you can do with the technology that we have today? You know what I mean? Just because it's redone doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna sound the same. You could have the same ingredients but a different process, and then therefore a different outcome, even if it's the same, based off of the same concept. I'm gonna have to dig into that because I have heard a couple of like even movies that strike my ear, and I'm like, wait, that song is really that shouldn't be in the background, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's I like doing the whole video making thing, and like when it comes to creating a video, like a skate video, there's things like, you know, you're on the timeline and it's like the song just doesn't match, it doesn't go with it, it's weird, you know. So even though you really like a song, or that I like a song, I'm like, fuck, I would like to use it, but I can't use it because it just doesn't match anything, you know. It's like it has to vibe well, you know. Music plays a big role, you know, like when you put it in the background, and it's like that's why like and a lot of people connect over it too, you know, just like interest, you know, like our interest in skateboarding and stuff like that.
Right, like skate videos are a perfect example of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, skateboarding is already an art, but you slap music on top of it.
Right.
It makes it even more of an art.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree. So those first couple of questions were kind of like to get to know you, and you know, just general information, what we would like to know about you. But this one's more geared toward, you know, the main topic of our conversation, which is, you know, skateboarding. I like to skateboard. That's how I met you. We were skateboarding over in Wichita, and at that city, Wichita City skate park. And so so how did it all start for you? How, you know, when and how and why, what?
So I'd say around maybe the tail end of 1999, 2000. Okay. I think it was summertime, and I was almost about to be 5 years old. And I saw one of my older cousins skateboarding. And I didn't really think anything of it, but my brother and I, we kind of gravitated towards it and wanted to try it, and ended up seeing Tony Hawk like you did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I did too. That's crazy. But you saw him, did you see him in his prime?
Yeah, well, so I saw him in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
He ended up having a birdhouse demo.
Hell yeah.
In the parking lot of the Wichita Mall. And that kind of just, you know, that kind of opened the whole door for skateboarding, and that's when I knew that, you know, pro or not, I want to be involved in some way.
Yeah. Right? Hell yeah.
So yeah, seeing that kind of inflated my idea of skateboarding and the possibility. That's kind of how it all got started. Birdhouse. Yeah. My first board was a birdhouse board.
Heck yeah.
No, was it Brian Anderson? Anyways, I think it was a Brian Anderson. And that doesn't even ring a bell now. Brian Anderson. Kenny Anderson rings a bell, but Brian Anderson, I don't recall. Anyways, it was a birdhouse board.
Yeah.
A gorilla on it.
Oh, okay.
Ricta core wheels, like with a blue core.
Richters are still in right now. They're still operating.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I think it was a Brian. I don't know. And Destructo trucks. I can't believe I remember that, but yeah, Destructo trucks. And that was my first real board. Before that, it was like Walmart boards. I didn't know for sure if I wanted to take it seriously, but
that's the same.
And then after seeing that, and skate parks opened all over the place. When you know, in the early 2000s, skateboarding kind of had an influx, and I gravitated towards it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you said there was a gorilla on the skateboard? Well, okay, so how did the gorilla look? Was it black and white?
And the thing is, black and white, had a t-shirt on.
Had a t-shirt on, okay. Because I'm seeing a lot of it, but it's like not really.
Brian Anderson.
Who is it?
I think it was Brian Anderson.
Brian Anderson, okay.
But you know, like I don't even know a pro skater named Brian Anderson. It must have been like somebody that was.
Yeah, there is Brian Anderson.
There was? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a long time. Because I know there was Brian Sumners. That was one dude. I think there was a Brian Anderson. So
okay, I'm not finding it on here. I was gonna see if I could share it on the screen, but I'm not finding it here. But Brian Anderson is a person, skateboarder.
Yeah, I got that board out of the CCS catalog.
Back when dude, CCS I remember CCS. Yeah, I was heavy into CCS when I first got to the United States. No, when I was over in Guam, there was I was ordering stuff on CCS, and it would take forever to get there. You know, but it was cool because it was like you could order stuff online, you know. So, and I really got into it when I got to South Texas. So,
yeah.
Okay. So you kind of answered the next question, which was, what is your first skateboard? And so your first skateboard was more of a Walmart board, you were saying?
Yeah, it was more of a Walmart board.
Yeah.
My first real board was a Big House, but it was, you know, plastic chucks, and I mean, with my weight as a kid, it broke pretty fast.
Yeah, over in Guam, my first skateboard was.
It looks like you cut it a bit.
What was that? I was cutting out.
Oh, your connection was cutting out just a little bit, but I think it's okay now.
Okay. The my first skateboard in Guam was a Kmart board, and my mom, my parents. I said I wanted a skateboard out of nowhere, and I was in middle school. I guess because I've seen other people skateboard, I had nothing else to do. And so I was like, I want a skateboard, and they weren't sure about it, and they were like, okay, we'll get you this board. And I guess they thought that, you know, I wasn't serious about it, so they didn't splurge on it, you know what I mean? And plus my parents were always working to try to like make ends meet, and they did. And you know, with the little bit of money that they had, they were like, okay, we'll just give him this because he needs something, an outlet, you know. And so I got that board, and it was all right until I broke it, and I needed something else. So for my next year, my birthday, I ended up getting a complete skateboard from a local shop in the mall, and that one was great. Cool. Yeah. That board, I ended up cracking it. It was a super cool Element skateboard. It had the big Element tree on it. It was green. It was like 3 different kinds of greens on it, with Spitfire wheels, Bones Reds, and Destructos. Yep. Yeah. They're not around anymore, man.
Yeah, I know. They're not around like as much as they used to. I think.
Yeah.
I think Dan Margera rode for Destructo, and at one point they were, you know, they're up there with Thunder and Indies. I think even Indies, I remember, Indies weren't as, I mean, they were, but like, at least in the scene here.
Yeah.
You're riding Thunders or riding Destructos?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Dude. Yeah, check this out. So, okay, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so look how cool these things are. I just love the logo. The logo is great.
Yeah.
You know,
I used to pick some of my stuff just because of how the logo looked when I was a kid. I had no idea. Does the logo look cool?
Yep. And this is the logo before they start like kind of downsized and stopped production. I don't know if they're still in, you know, they're still operating, or if, let's see, Destructo right there. Okay. Well, if that's the case,
they look kind of similar to Indies.
Dude, they operate just like Indies.
Yeah.
They really do. Okay, let's go ahead and switch back to, how do I take it off this?
It should be the very bottom of the. Are you trying to take your screen share off?
Yeah.
I think at the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a share button, and if you click that share button, it'll allow you to unshare. I think.
Okay, so Yeah, because I'm gonna be sharing this side right here. Let's see. No.
Oh, you want to share the other side?
Yeah. What is it looking at right now? What are you saying?
It's looking at the awesome tube background. So your desktop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's like so okay, yeah. So, okay, stop sharing right there. Okay. So Awesome Tube is actually a YouTube video that I first started, and you can tell like this guy, he just first started his YouTube, you know, like slow monologue, and you know, just it was more of a like kind of instructional, you know. I was too afraid to be on camera. I didn't want to put my face out there, but I wanted to put like information out there, you know, just work on the craft, one, like making videos, work, you know, getting an actual camera, using the settings, and then using the program and doing all that stuff. But that's off topic. But yeah, so Destructos, yeah, those are yeah, I actually have a pair. I have a pair. It does not have that logo on it though, so I'm thinking it's like an old version.
Yeah, but the last pair I had was like a camo. It had camo print all over the Destructo trucks.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So skateboard. Okay, so what type of skateboarding do you do? Like, what is your style in skateboarding?
Well, I mean, I grew up skateboarding at the YMCA skate park in Wichita.
Okay.
It had a bowl, and a lot of the dudes that worked there were like they were bowl rats from the 80s.
Oh shit.
So a lot of them were, my mentors to some degree.
Yeah.
Basically babysitting me during the summer and teaching me how to skateboard.
Okay.
So a lot of the skateboarding that I learned is very transition oriented, bowl type skating, surf type skating, not the normal street type skating of the early 2000s. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I actually grew up skateboarding with a helmet and all of that, and I mean, every once in a while I'll still put the helmet on for a certain transition if it's pretty steep. But yeah, I mean, my style, I've compliments that I get on my style are, I guess, they always say it's smooth, like kind of like surf, and really that's all I try to do. I'm just trying to emulate surfing. I think if I lived in an area where surfing was available, I'd probably be doing that too. But I live in the middle of the U.S. and Kansas, so I kind of been trying to emulate the whole time. So I mean, I really enjoy transition. I enjoy going fast. I mean, just trying to be as smooth as I can. I think, you know, being a heavier set skateboarder comes with its challenges, but it allows you to approach skateboarding kind of in a different mindset because you have different parameters to work within. So I mean, for me, I tend to over-examine certain obstacles. Like, you would see a quarter pipe with coping, and then you might think, oh, let's just do a lip trick on it, you know? You wouldn't necessarily think to like ride your wheel on the coping, as opposed to like not even slash grind it. I mean, just little stuff like that. You have different parameters, so you have, I guess, different options. You also have limited options too. So I don't know. I mean, more than anything, I just try to have fun and I just try to keep skating. And lately, I've kind of been obsessed with short transition, like almost a wall ride type transition.
Okay.
sloping, and I've been obsessed with just trying to get feeble grinds on all of those.
Nice.
So if I go to a skate park or I go to a spot, my goal is let's just get a feeble grind on this, and that's actually when I sprained my ankle. I sprained my ankle in
that's
Dallas.
Right.
Just on I don't know, it was a 4-foot quarter pipe, but the transition was real wonky, and I'm just like obsessed right now with wonky, vert, wall ride type transition.
Yeah.
And I think that's really fun lately, and I've actually been trying to branch away from transition and try to branch out into street skateboarding. So
yeah.
I've been skateboarding for so long, but again, keep in mind I've had all these other interests outside of skateboarding.
Yeah. Yep.
It's off and on to some degree, but this is probably the most consistent it's been for a long, long time. And
heck yeah, dude.
Getting real comfortable with riding ollies and stuff like that, and ollie banks. When you get to the top of the bank, ollie up that. Yeah. Something like that. I've been trying to get more comfortable with street. So I've accumulated more setups than I need to try out new types of skateboarding.
Yeah, same here, man.
That's kind of what it's all about when you can afford it now.
Yeah,
yep.
You
know what I mean?
That you say that, when I first got to Utah, I miss my family so much, and I'm like, instead of sulking, and being depressed and missing them, I was like, okay, looks like I lost them. Let's see. Yep, I lost them. I don't have them. Okay, so we got reconnected. I lost you there. Okay, so and what were we talking about? We were talking about
Guam and how you were trying not to focus on sulking. You missed your family.
Oh yeah. So like when I got here in Utah, from Houston, I was living up the life over there. We were, eating out all the time. That was probably like my heaviest point in my life. I was like 225, and that might not be a lot to other people, but for me, I felt a little different. I was like, okay, I know I can lose the weight, and so instead of like just being depressed, I was like, okay, I love skateboarding, I love playing the guitar, I love doing other activities. So instead of like dwelling on that, what could have been, and missing my family, it kind of sounds selfish of me, but that was for me to like cope, and then also move on, and then be happy, because I wasn't happy with my weight, I wasn't happy with what I was doing, and being depressed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back on the skateboard. And since I've been here, I started skateboarding again, learning all my tricks, learning more tricks, and meeting other people. So that was a big thing, so. And before, when I left Houston, that's when I was starting that other channel, and learning how to do videos and stuff like that. So but the skateboarding thing is just big to me, because I grew up skateboarding, and I love the environment, I love the vibes,
yeah.
So but yeah, you say like there's limitations for a heavier set person, for medically and all that stuff, but that's the great thing about skateboarding, because it's not only just transition, park or street, like there's freestyle, there's just so many different ways of skateboarding, and which is great, because at the end of the day, we're all doing kind of the same thing. It involves a skateboard, and you know, thank goodness. Like, what do you think about the whole thing about skateboarding being in the Olympics?
I think it's I think it was bound to happen, and I support it. I think there's so many layers of skateboarding that it's hard to call it just one thing. It can be many things at some snapshot in time, I guess. And there's not necessarily any need to define it, and it must be that way for till the end of time. It's always a living, breathing thing. It's always gonna evolve. And does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not all for saying skateboarding is not a sport, but nor am I all for saying skateboard is only a sport. Because, does that make sense? It's a lot of things. It's a lifestyle. It's a community. It's a sport.
Yeah.
It's an escape. It's a way to build your character. I mean, it's a life lesson. And I mean, you can even argue that maybe somebody feels that way about football. Maybe somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a certain type of individualism that is latched on to skateboarding along with other things like martial arts or boxing, or where you're forced to challenge yourself and only yourself. I mean, once you start enter the competition realm, then you're competing against others. But I mean, I think especially if you start learning skateboarding at a young age, that allows you to learn a very valuable life lesson. And it's just about getting back up every time you fall.
Yeah.
Like 75% of skateboarding is just falling, or learning how to fall at least.
Yeah. Yep.
And I mean, this is very cheesy at this point, but because I feel like I've said it a lot when I talk about skateboarding with people, is skateboarding is like, skateboarding is highs and lows, getting up, falling down, getting up, falling down. It's about finding balance between the highs and lows, balance being like landing the trick. But life is that way too. We're all trying to find balance between the good points and the low points.
Yeah.
So skateboarding, if you learn at a young age, it's like you're already built to face adversity and overcome it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at skateboarding. It's it's spiritual to some degree too. And I mean, oftentimes, I find myself very critical of myself and my ability to skateboard. I wasn't always heavy set. I actually lost quite a bit of weight when I was in college, and I skateboarded pretty well. I have a few autoimmune disorders that kind of have affected my weight over time. Yeah. But what made it more difficult to lose weight. But I mean, that's also on myself too. I like food. I have a passion for food. And
same.
I have a passion for cultural exchange, and that might be in the form of food or other things. But I have a deep interest in that too. So it's kind of a balance. It's a balance between that too, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, I can go on and on about all of that, but like skateboarding has allowed me to be centered in all of that. And I mean, I forget about all problems. Have you ever noticed when you start skating, like you might have had maybe a bad day or like there's something in mind. As soon as you get on that board, like 30 minutes in, you take a step back and you're like, wait, I literally never thought about that while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I like skateboarding. It gives you an opportunity to zone out, to forget about, the negativity or whatever's going on in your life. And what really matters most is landing that trick, or, because there's no better feeling once you get a trick, you know what I mean? People, you know, skateboarders will know, like once you land that kickflip or whatever trick you were trying to land, that's like you're in cloud nine, you know. It's because you might get defeated one day from a trick, you can't land it, maybe maybe a month or something, and once you finally land it, it's like what? It's like what? It's great. It's great.
Especially when
but
you
then
factor in injuries and all of that, you realize
oh
how
yeah,
much work it took.
yeah, yep. And that's that part where you were talking about, where it's like building character and stuff like that. You know, it's it has a lot to do with that. You know, being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you know when it's like when it seems so dark. You know what I mean? And it's like no, I can do it. You know, I'm just struggling right now, but maybe tomorrow will be better. I'm getting so close. You know, like. And then having like mentors, like you said, like people who you know, who's been doing it for a long time, that's worth a lot, you know.
It is.
So
I mean, I've always thought like you and I and a lot of anybody who wants to be an asset to skateboarding and contribute in some way.
Yeah.
We owe a lot to skateboarding. I mean,
yeah.
We wouldn't want to be an asset if we didn't realize that we owe a lot to it. But
yeah,
I think at an older age, after you experience certain things in life, you really look at skateboarding and you're like, wow, that is something special.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's try to blow through these. So what is your main skateboard? You say you had a lot of setups, but what is the setup that you're riding right now?
I figured you'd ask that question.
Yeah.
So this is kind of
heck yeah, look at that.
Go-to.
Woo! You got a chocolate. All right, so what size and who's it by?
Yeah, so it's a chocolate, and it's a Yanni Cruz. Deck.
Okay.
It's a 838, size 838.
Oh, okay. I love 838s. They're good. They're awesome.
Yeah, I think the 838. It feels like a fat 825. You know, and I feel like this chocolate at least. Like it's so poppy, but stable at the same time. And
yeah,
it was something that I needed to like get me comfortable with learning street.
Yeah.
More. Yeah. Because I'm used to a fatter board, but an 8.3 I think is the perfect size for me right now.
Yeah.
And I like size 149 indies.
Standards.
And if it's perfect for 149. The reason I like the 149 is because I like the space I get on the coping with the 149.
Okay.
I can time grinds on coping a lot better.
Yeah.
Spitfires.
Are those like 55s or 54s?
These are 54s.
54 conical
fulls.
Heck yeah.
So that way I can get some slide, but I don't slide out.
You know? Yeah.
One thing with being a heavier set, you definitely go, I mean, I might be biased, but you go faster for sure. You get a lot more momentum. Standard bushings. The bearings are Ondulé Swiss.
Oh shit. Ondulé Swiss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have done reds, but the marketing on Ondulé and the skateboarders for Ondulé, I liked too much. So
yeah.
It's kind of a placebo. I think I'm going fast, so I feel like I'll skate better. Hardware is Diamond.
Okay.
Yeah, grip is Mob.
Okay.
Mob.
Yeah.
I tried others, but Mob works for me.
Okay.
And I like to normally put a line in my grip. I think the next setup I'll get a line right down the middle, but this one's on the right side.
Yeah.
And the line looks clean to me, and the line again, it makes me feel like I'm going fast. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a mind thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going fast, going straight. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I like doing stuff like that on my grip too, just to know like where, like, just right off the bat, know where the tail and the nose is, you know. I was skating with my buddy yesterday, and I was like, so what is considered the tail or the nose? Because I've heard some people call this and that, blah blah. And he was just saying like the nose is more like blunt, big, and bulky, where the tail is like more slender, less pop or whatever. And it's like, okay, all right, see how it is.
Yeah. It's skateboarding.
Okay, so that one was your setup. That was a really nice setup you got there. So who do you look up to when it comes to skateboarding?
Yeah, oddly enough, I am a transition skater, but I look up to Dale Song a lot.
Yeah, love him.
His creativity.
Yeah, I do too.
His obsessive personality towards skateboarding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can tell he's so infatuated with it that you just have to respect it. And others that come to mind. I mean, Tony Hawk. I owe quite a bit to Tony Hawk. He's done a lot for skateboarding.
Yeah.
Tremendous amount. Built a lot of skate parks around the U.S. Still does demos. Big advocate for skateboarding. Billy Santos. Again, growing up, keeping me motivated. I know him as well, and I have one of his boards hung up. It's a memory.
Yeah. Who was that again? Who's the last one you said? So what was the last skateboarder you said? Santos, you said?
Yeah, Willie Santos. He's a Filipino-American skateboarder.
Okay.
I just gotta rep the Filipinos.
Yeah.
I mean, favorite like current transition skater is probably Raven Tershi. He's just wild.
Yeah.
Fearless. He should probably put on a helmet for a lot of the stuff he skates. He's just wild. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Heck yeah. Okay. Do you have any quotes that you like or that you skate by?
Sounds really self-centered of me, but the one that I told you, where skateboarding is like life, and that we're trying to find balance between highs and lows. Yeah, I agree. Yep. It helps me not just in skateboarding, but just in life. Yeah.
Okay. So this card is a different one. So that's pretty much like the general type of like skateboarding questions that I asked, and that's the ones that I asked all my previous interviewees. And so that's pretty much it. But like, I like to talk to you some more. How much time do you have? Are you on?
I'm not on a time limit. I don't really have anything going on.
Okay. So what are you currently doing? So you're working, and you mentioned something about like going to New York, right? When is that? When are you going to New York?
Next week.
Okay.
Next week. Well, my wife and I will be visiting. It'll be my wife's first time. And, looking forward to it. We're going to do a lot of the typical stuff you do in New York, and eat some good food, and definitely go to maybe a few skate parks just to get an idea of how the culture is. I mean, every skate culture is different, and New York definitely has its own. So definitely want to witness that, and it's gonna be fun.
So it's just for vacation then? It's like a trip for that's awesome. And how long are you going to be out there for?
About 5 days.
5 days, okay. That's a good time. Like every day is like scheduled. You have like something to do every day.
Yeah, well,
that's awesome.
We'll have a kind of a rough idea of what we'll be doing each day, and it's I'll definitely keep you posted on how it goes.
Yeah, keep me posted, man. You are you y'all are flying out there, driving out there? What are you doing?
Yeah, flying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because we're gonna bring a car.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like too bad. Maybe like an hour flight or something.
I think there's a transfer, probably an hour here, an hour there.
Oh, okay.
An hour yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 45 minutes transfer, and then like an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, because like when I do my travels, I try to like find some local skate parks, you know, network with some people. You know, it's nice meeting some locals. There are some like really talented local skaters, you know. Yeah. It's always cool like getting to know them. Yeah.
Yeah, I admire people like you that, you know, are not scared to reach out to skateboarders, even if it's not a community you're a part of. You're inserting yourself into a community that, you know, you can potentially be a part of.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think to keep skateboarding alive, we have to approach it with that mindset. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I mean, every skater's been to a skate park. When you show up to the skate park, you have this clique of dudes. They're always hanging out together, and it's kind of standoffish. Like, you can't enter this barrier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just the younger kids. You know, they're going through their thing. They have their own crew. That's fine. But as you get older, you find the value in opening those barriers.
Yeah.
And seeing the opportunity that it could bring. You know.
Yeah.
So I admire that about you.
Yeah. The thing about it is too, like, if you're skating at let's say if this park is my, like, Sunset Park, if that park is my local park, I'm gonna have to talk to some of these local guys, you know, that I'm always gonna be running into, you know, because I mean, it would be nice to know who's like around you, and, you know, it's cool to kind of like feed off the energy, you know. When we skate, you know, there is a thing called park etiquette, you know, so like giving each other that respect and that turn that they need to, you know, it's a big deal, you know.
It is a big
deal, because we're all there for the same reason, to get our tricks in, to get in our workout, you know, to yeah. I mean, there's a reason why skateboarders get so pissed when trying certain tricks. Yeah.
Because you have to have some level of emotional investment to go through the process.
Right. That's right.
So something as simple as like snaking somebody or just being disrespectful to a skateboarder is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, what that says to the community, at least within that skate park, is, you know, I don't support you in getting better, basically. That's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, we're all there, we're trying to get better, whether we subconsciously think it or not.
Yeah.
We're all trying to get better. So if you're like trying to put that barrier up or disrespect, it's sending a message. Yeah.
Hey, Caleb. So let me ask you this: how old are you?
I am 27.
27. Man, I wish I was 27. Yeah, 27, man. What is that? What was I doing? 27. 27? I was like in Houston, I think. Yeah, I was in Houston. And working on just getting laid off at the time.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't my fault, so whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was in Houston. But 27. Yeah, you're still young, man. Yeah. You, do you got any like, what are your like, what's your 5-year goal? What do you plan on, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you see yourself, you know?
Kids.
That's good. You already saw earlier with my kids, you know, so that's something, that's a glimpse, you know.
Yeah, kids. I mean, yeah, my wife and I, we want kids, and we're just kind of planning for it and trying to prepare for it. I mean, I know they say that you're never going to be ready for it, but we want to be, you know, in the best place we could be.
Yeah.
Or at least try.
Yeah.
You know, before we make that step. So,
yeah,
kids, and continue skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you know, a few pounds lighter, being able to do more feeble grinds on weird transitions.
Heck yeah. You got it, man. You got it. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's 5 years. I mean, who knows what could happen in 5 years, but I think that's pretty sufficient. And I mean, and working towards my career at work too. But,
yeah.
Always keeping skateboarding in my life and eventually having kids. That's a big, those are two big ones for sure.
It does, like having kids, it does like throw in, I'm not saying it throws a wrench in everything, you know, but it's just another thing to consider, you know. When it comes to like, oh, I want to go and skate, or I want to go do this, you have to consider like, okay, well, I got to take the kid with me, or who's gonna watch the kids and stuff like that. Right. And then also like thinking, will my wife be fine with, you know, by herself taking care of the kids and stuff like that? It's not as big of a deal, you know. When they start getting older, you know, they can fend for themselves a little bit better and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, kids are a blessing, you know. You kind of want to have the opportunity to pass on what you know, make mom and dad happy because they're grandparents, you know what I mean? So it does, you know, when you think about it. For me, I nowadays they would say that, you know, 5 kids is a lot, and it's a lot of kids, but you know, I'm happy with them. I took my 2 boys to go see Tony Hawk, like the whole like Tony Hawk scene, and then they had the street league out there. But just being in that environment, my son Dominic, he's like really like amped on it. He just wants to skate now, and
that's exciting.
It is exciting because I never had anything like that when I was his age, you know.
Right. So yeah,
and you know what, he like, so over at our local skate park that we usually go to, he was like, I want to learn how to ride down the pyramid like on one side. I was like, you just gotta, you know, go slow, you know, do this and that. So he takes the board from like the lowest part on the transition. Mm-hmm. He kind of crawls up and then gets on it, and then he rides down, and he does it like a couple of times, and he's like on cloud 9. He's like, Dad, look. And I got some like video, you know, of it. So it was like, it was great just like witnessing that, you know. Yeah, but you know, wait, I think your mic went out again. Sorry about that.
There we go. I can hear you again.
There you are. I hear you now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a very special moment. You know, you learn every time you see your son land a trick. That's a very special moment, because it's like you got to learn that for the first time again. You know?
Yeah. But you know, I hope that you're able to have kids, and you know, you have them, you know, at the right time and stuff like that. I had my first kid when I was 23. Yeah. Well, 23, you know, so I don't know what I was thinking, you know. Nowadays it's like 23 is kind of still young, you know what I mean? So I think back in the day in high school, you know, this is thinking like from a person living in Guam, I thought 23 would be good. My mom had me when she was a teenager, you know, when she was 17. So I was like, you know, 23 is not bad. So I was like, and so yeah, it came true. I had my first kid at 23, and you know, I'm happy. I'm happy, so can't complain. She is a really good daughter, so she's a really good big sister. Okay. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that's either way. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
And you can't have any. Well, I know you don't have any regrets, but that's something to be proud of. That's something to be proud of more than anything.
Yeah.
Don't forget to be proud of that. That's not everybody can say that they overcame that experience. You know.
Yeah.
So good for you, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I want to thank you for joining me on this talk, this first time interview on Zoom. This is our first Zoom meeting.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
yeah. Hopefully we could do this more, and maybe we can like actually skate again in the future, you know? Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll keep in contact, man, because it's always nice talking to you.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you too, man.
Yeah. Okay, so let's plug your channel or your social medias. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so my wife and I have a YouTube channel. It's Kaleb Basham. It's ASHLEB space Basham, B as in boy, ASHAM as in mouse. It's our YouTube channel. We haven't posted for a while, but you know, if we do document our life to the public, then it'd probably be on YouTube. And I have Instagram, but it's private. I basically only follow people that I actually meet in real life on Instagram.
Okay.
You're one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of old school, you know. I guess we're one of those where we talk to people at the skate park and we end up meeting people. You know?
Yeah. I'm kind of old school in that way too, but I've been really trying to like branch out and network with people on social media. For the first time, I've ever created a Facebook page. Yeah, so I have my personal one, but then I also have like a Facebook page. So that's exciting. Nothing's happening on it. You know, I posted one video, so, and got 2 views. By no means am I like the best or like, you know, whatever, but it's fun. It is. I don't get paid for any of this, so it's great.
Right. I guess there's no pressure, right?
Yeah, there is no pressure to meet any standard, which is great. You know, it is great.
There is something liberating about that, and you never know what could materialize.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt to have fun.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and just like the skateboarding, you know, what I like about making videos is, you know, you can also be creative in some ways, you know, but you know, song choice, the way you edit, the style of edit, what you use as B-roll and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited. I have not posted anything lately, you know, like video wise. I have not. I have some edits in the work, but I have not posted any of them. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I think what I'm waiting for is to get back from Kansas, or no, not Kansas, Iowa, because I'm going to be leaving to Iowa this Sunday. So I plan on, you know, getting back. And so the word on the street is that I won't be traveling for a good minute. So that'll give me some time to stay home, work on what material I have, and then come up with new material. So I'm excited for that. And around that time, we'll be into fall, and you know, the whole snowboarding thing's gonna happen. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, Utah has one of the best like snowboarding scenes. So like I'm excited. Cool. Yeah. So
well, definitely I'll keep following you.
Yeah, stay in touch. And we follow each other on all social media, so that's great. But if you want to find Ashley and Kaleb, go ahead and add them to your YouTube, like subscribe to them, comment on their videos, like their videos. And yeah. I've watched some of your content and I like it. It's good. It's feel good content. You know what I mean? Like it makes you feel warm. I like that.
Yeah.
It's very positive. That's what I like about it.
Thank you. Thanks for the feedback.
So, but yeah,
I would definitely say the same about yours.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the adventure with you. So.
Heck yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you got any questions for me?
No, I appreciate you taking the time to have a talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll stay in touch with you, dude. And maybe one of these days we can skate again.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of places out here in Utah. There's a lot of the skate scene is actually coming up. There's a lot of parks, there's a lot of little towns, but every town has a skate park. So
cool.
That's a cool thing about it, whether it be small or just a pad or
right.
But yeah. But yeah, if you're ever out here, there's also outdoorsy stuff to do, and a lot of good scenery. We're surrounded by a lot of state parks and national parks, and there's just a lot to do around in Utah. So yeah, if you ever find yourself on this side,
add it to our list.
You should definitely.
Yeah. I think
definitely
here in Kansas, everybody goes to Colorado, but not a lot of people know about Utah.
Yeah, and right? See, that's where it all stops, because they're traveling that way, and then they got to get through some mountains to get to Utah. But it's beautiful out here. So, but yeah, all right. Hold on. Before I go, let's do this. So. There it is. All right, I'm gonna share my screen if that's okay.
Okay.
All right, so here it is. So this is their YouTube channel. So go ahead and give them a follow. Good people, love them. So my name is Tony Cruz, and I'm signing off with
Kaleb Basham.
All right. Thank you. All right. We'll talk to you later, dude.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Peace.
Take care.